sometimes we have to switch things up and we need to switch things up. So welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be sharing some of the changes that I'm going to be making for homeschool in the upcoming year, right? So I asked my girls recently whether homeschool was fun to them, what are some things they want to do more of, kind of like how they felt about homeschooling, right? Like, I know homeschooling is the best choice for us. I know homeschooling is the best choice for them based on the way they learn, at the pace that they learn, and all of that. So I have my reasons for homeschooling, but I also want to consider my children. Like, what are you interested in? What would make it more fun, right? And so I asked for their opinions, and one of them told me that they wanted to go to public school because pretty much they wanted to do more field trips. They wanted to have more fun or get out the house a little bit more, right? And so I know that for the past few months we haven't been taking as many field trips, and it's like something that I need to do more of, and that's something I had planned to do more of anyway going forward. So I like to get their input on what's going good, what are they really enjoying, what are their favorite subjects, and things of that nature. So I took down a few things that I want to incorporate this upcoming year, or starting January basically. And the first thing I have now is to incorporate subscription boxes. So if you don't know what those are, that's pretty much where you have companies like KiwiCo, Little Passports. Those are the only two that I'm familiar with so far. And so I want to incorporate subscription boxes because it's based on age. So I just recently ordered one that's on like geography and culture, one that's on food, and I'm going to order one that's on science, right? So I want to incorporate like science subscription boxes because like science is not like a focal point in homeschooling. It's more so like whatever they're interested in or whatever they see, whatever we read about, things of that nature. But I feel like if I add a subscription box where I get a monthly thing for science, it'll make it so much more interactive. It'll be more hands-on with crafts, books, and all of that sort of thing. So I'm looking at Little Passports for science, but for the other things like cooking, crafts, geography, I'm going with KiwiCo. So I'm going to do a video, unboxing video, once those come in, to kind of like share what I'm liking about it. We aren't like new to subscription boxes. I've done it for my son and for my girls, but it's been like a year or two since I really got them consistently. So I'm excited to get back into those. The second thing I have is to incorporate science days. So like days at the local science museum here, or days where we dedicate specifically for experiments. So it's along the same lines of just trying to be more hands-on, to make things more fun, like, you know, do a little bit more. Because honestly, I feel like since I've been going with the curriculum, like the math and the language arts, I haven't really been doing a lot of theme items. I haven't really been doing a lot of hands-on things where they have to build and all of that. And I want to get that back because my children love to assemble things. They love to think outside the box and all of that. So I want to do more things like that and just make it a priority. That's something that we do, right? My girls are 6 and 4 now, and so they are eager to learn. They want more information. They want to understand how things work, and so I just want to make that a priority. So the third thing I have on my list is to incorporate history field trips. So this is something I said I would do kind of like a few months ago, where I would do like a field trip a month at the Civil Rights Museum, at the historical places, right? Especially like in Alabama. And so I haven't been able to do that. Like, we went to the Negro Southern Baseball League Museum, but they were closed when we went. And so we're about to start like incorporating more history. Y'all know how Black History Month is coming up, and it's just gonna be like the thing for Black history. But I want it to be like our norm. Like, we still take out the history books and cover things. Like, when we're doing math, we'll talk about mathematicians. When we're doing science, we'll talk about George Washington Carver. Like, I incorporate it in our daily life, but I want to like go and see more visuals and go give them more like background of what actually happened, you know, in areas near us. And so that's something that I'm excited about. I said at least once a month because, you know, I don't want to overdo it and not accomplish what I set out to do. But I do want them to learn more about history, right? They was having a conversation with my brother about, like, you know, what something means, and he asked did my daughter know what racist mean, right? And little things like that, right? And so he is in public school, and being that she's homeschooled, it's like, you know, she's not exposed to things that he is. And so like, she's 6 now, right? She needs to know certain things, and so I'm excited to do it in my way. Expose her to it the way that I think and the way I feel that she needs to be, the way she can take it in best, right? And understand and put 2 and 2 together, because believe me, like, it doesn't take her long to figure things out at all. It doesn't take her long to figure out, and ask questions and all of that. So I'm just excited to start doing this because I feel like she's ready for it. So the fourth thing I have is to do more homemade crafts and art. Now y'all know I'm back. Well, if you haven't watched my video on the tumblers, I'm back crafting. So I have some cups right here that I've done. Me and the girls have started making cards. We're gonna start back doing crafts, and I'm gonna use my machine to do a lot of these things. And I just want my girls to collaborate. We're gonna do more paintings and just more things that require them to assemble. So this goes along with why I'm going with the subscription boxes and things of that nature, but just doing more handmade crafts, because, you know, believe it or not, like if your child is advanced academically, I have a 4-year-old who's on a kindergarten level, moving towards the 1st grade level on reading and math, right? But she still enjoys the crafts, right? She still needs that practice with, you know, tearing things, fine motor skills, gluing, sticking, cutting, all of that. And so I don't want to take those things away, because the older you get, the less crafts they involve in curriculum. It's more so pages of learning and stuff like that. And so I just want to incorporate things that is age appropriate, but also challenge her as well. So I'm going to still incorporate those like preschool type crafts, right? My 6-year-old still enjoy it. My son is trying to take part in doing certain things that he's seen them do. So I just want to do more craft related things, because all of them would benefit from it. I'll probably do it as well. And so I just want to take homeschool back. I want to make it more fun. Using curriculum is fine, but I feel like it has masked a ton of my creativity and a ton of my, like, you know, putting things together. So I want to get back into making it fun, because that's what it's all about. And the fifth thing that I have, the last thing I have that I want to incorporate is home economics. And this is something that we typically do anyway, like life skills. I allow them to cook with me, they help with laundry, they help with grocery shopping and things of that nature. But I want to go a step deeper, right? I want to teach them how to meal plan. I want to teach them how to use conversions. So say for instance, if we are baking, like if I ask them a question like how many teaspoons is in a tablespoon, little things like that. I want them to know a little bit more, right? I want them to be like eager to make their own meal like at least once a week, right? And so that's where the subscription box is going to come into play as well, because each month they send you like a meal themed whatever. So say for instance, I saw on their website they had something about hamburgers, so they tell you what ingredients you need, the step and how you do it and all of that. And I think about, you know, myself and how I was brought up, and how like cooking wasn't necessarily something that I did like all the time. Like it wasn't like, I don't know, like it was just different, right? And so for my children, I want them to be included. I want them to learn early how to do things, how to prepare things, how to, you know, I just want them to be I wouldn't say independent, but that's what I mean. But I don't want it to be to the point where, you know, yeah, I don't want them to be independent. I want them to be little helpers, right? I want to train them up how they're supposed to go, right? And so I think that that's going to be really, really fun. I'm also thinking about adding sewing in for my 6-year-old, because we had started doing like, it was kind of like cross stitching, but I feel like it was called, I don't know what it was called. One of them was like actual embroidery, like hand embroidery, and the other one was like I don't know, it was kind of like sewing, but it wasn't sewing. I don't know if that makes sense. So let me see if I can grab the little kit that I got. So I had grabbed these little kits from Bargain Hunt. This is a punch needle set. It was like 40 cents, 20 cents, or whatever the case may be. But my daughter actually enjoyed it. So this is like embroidery floss. This work on fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, all of those things. I personally know how to sew using the sewing machine. I didn't learn how to hand sew, so a lot of this stuff I'll be learning with them. And so I recently saw them watching a video on crocheting on one of their little learning apps, so I think that they're interested in stuff like that. So I want to, you know, start teaching them things early, especially while they're interested, they're eager to learn, they want to do what I do. And it's also a way for me to just be on my P's and Q's. Like, you set the example for your children, they pick up on your habits, good and bad. So just make sure you're exposing them to the things that you want them to do growing up, because the foundation you set now is what they're going to carry on. So I just wanted to get on here and share that we're going to make a few changes. Ultimately I just want it to be fun, I want it to be memorable. I want to get out more and explore. Of course I like to do things on a budget or free, so we're gonna figure out those sort of things. And I also want to incorporate just like memberships in general, so like the zoo, the science museum, and just figure out what places offer homeschool days, like just homeschools children in general. And so yeah, so hopefully this give you a few ideas on ways to kind of like make homeschooling more fun, right? So I'll be sharing some other things like brain breaks and things that I do to have fun, incorporate music, dance, all of that. But yeah, I think that was it, y'all. That's all I had for this video. So as always, see you guys in the next video.